Nashville, Tennessee. Good morning.
Good morning. I'd like to call and talk about John McCain because I think he's sure to be the nominee. And that story you just wrote, or you didn't write it, but you read it, makes me think about his position on Iraq. And his position on Iraq is one of the reasons that I may be able to support him because, I mean, he's going to keep us there for 1,000 years, and that's what we need to do. We can't go out and just waste all the sacrifices that we've made because Americans need to. They just need to get shot at, and they need to get killed in Iraq. It's as simple as that. If we pull out, we'll fight them over here. We can't. We got to fight them over there. And you know, I'm glad he's going to bomb Iran when he's president. I'm glad he's going to raise our taxes because of global warming, and I'm glad that he agrees with Democrats all the time.
Okay, I'll stop you in that note. For Governor Kathleen Sebelius, our next call is from Skillet, Ohio. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, Steve. I'm a small businessman here in southern Ohio. I've been in business 30 years now. What I'm calling about, I tried to get through earlier to the governor of Alaska concerning the Vesco oil scandal, and I understand that was involved Ben and Ted Stevens, Denny Hastert, Larry Craig, and Trent Lott. And, of course, they've all stepped down except for Larry there and Ben and Ted. And then, again, the pollution problem, the weather conditions, if they would look at this air traffic and all this diesel fuel being spread throughout the atmosphere after 9/11, they grounded the air flights for a week, and it seemed to help. And also, I read a book about Smedley Butler, a 35-year Marine, twice decorated Medal of Honor general who stood up to the industrialists and the big bankers, and he said war was just a gimmick, a scheme for not democracy and freedom. But
so caller, can you frame those points into a question for the Kansas governor?
Yes. Well, I don't know if I can or not. Like I say, I tried to call in earlier.
Sure.
Eisenhower warned us against the military-industrial complex.
Well, there's the Kansas connection. Eisenhower is a Kansan, so...
Next call is from Grand Forks, North Dakota. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. I'd like to comment on the surge in Iraq. Of course, when we invaded, we had 180,000 troops, and most of our leaders felt that wasn't a sufficient number. Since that time, almost all the coalition forces have pulled out, and we have approximately 160,000 troops in Iraq now, U.S. troops. So effectively, there has been no surge. A surge would mean there was more troops than we had before. All they've done is really extended the tours of duty to 15 months to maintain current troop levels. But yet the media and our leaders all maintain this facade, this smokescreen that somehow we've had a surge of troops that has resulted in a drop of violence. But as I said, there has been no surge. So what really has been the cause of the violence going down? Well, what's cited is the Sunni awakening in Anbar province. These are the bad guys, the insurgents, Saddam loyalists, the Baathists. And according to retired General Barry McCafferty, who was testifying in front of Congress recently, he said the Sunni insurgency woke up that a withdrawal of U.S. troops would leave them vulnerable to the Shia majority because the bad guys are only about 16% of the whole Iraq. And so now Barry McCafferty is very loyal to the strategy of the surge. But he says that a withdrawal of troops would make the bad guys vulnerable. So there's only one conclusion that you can draw from that, is that the troops have been protecting the bad guys, right? Now, why would they do that? They would do that to divide the country, to play one side off against the other, to push through things like the oil law, which opens Iraqi oil up to development, like to ExxonMobil and such like that.
Thank you. Appreciate the call. Next call is from Garden City, Georgia. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Basically, I'm very pleased to see Mr. Nader is going ahead and running. I think that, the three candidates that are represented by the Democrats and Republicans, they're all the same. They're all corrupt. They're all owned by big money. I'd like to see this two-party system destroyed. I'd like to see the grassroots take control of both these parties, kind of like Ron Paul's trying to do with the Republicans and like they tried to do with Democrats before. But if Ron Paul doesn't do that, I'd like to see him run as an independent, and I'd like to see other people come out and basically give us an option besides more of the corrupt candidates that have are using this lobby system, which is just a kickback bribery system to control it. And our vote doesn't mean anything. These people don't represent us. They represent the richest people in the world.
Thanks for the call. 9:30 Eastern Time on C-SPAN. Tewksbury, Massachusetts. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, I think Ralph Nader, I think it can be a very good thing. I think it would be even better if, let's say, Ron Paul decided to go to the independent vote and decide to switch with him. I think to get by himself, I think Ralph Nader would have maybe the same impact at best as he did last time. But if he ran with, let's say, like Ron Paul or someone that a lot of people, like even on both sides, whether Republican or Democrat, that them paired together would be great, because Ron Nader he hasn't been known as really a politician, but he's a great whistleblower. He's been known for calling issues on topics all the time, and Ron Paul has been, with his mix of the Constitution, I think that'd be a great thing together. And, obviously when the early calls called him Republican, I mean, that's like calling, George Bush a communist. You know what I mean? It's like completely out of left field. Just because he steals votes from the left that means that he's in more tune with the left and that he has left ideas.
Thanks for the call. Thank you for the call. Woodbridge, Virginia, the question, Ralph Nader running in 2008, he announced it this morning on NBC. Will he be a factor?
Yes, I think he's going to be a factor, and I think it's a negative for Barack Obama. And I find it very fascinating. I'm listening to with all the callers across America. Isn't it funny how we are all still divided? And people are, let's say, hating on Barack Obama. But he's been so, like I say, inspirational, and people say that he don't have any experience. But the question is, well, what kind of experience does Hillary have? Her true experience. But why are we so divided? You all need to ask yourself that one simple question. Why are we still divided over this stuff, people? You all need to wake up, do your homework, learn, pay attention to who the candidates are, look at what they're really saying, stop listening to media, use all sources for your information.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Ginger Otis, next call, Springfield, Virginia. Good morning.
Good morning. First, I'd like to welcome everybody to the North American Union. And second, I would like to encourage people to visit the website, truthnews.usa. truthnews.us. Now, my question to you is, what do Ralph Nader, Barack Obama, his wife, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Cheney, what do all of them have in common? All of them are members of the Commission of Foreign Relations. All of them. Now, what I made the mistake of voting for Ralph Nader in 2000 and 2004. I was totally unaware of then the Bilderberg Group or Trilateral Commission or any other other people that really run this country.